Hello, you reached Manish Patel from ichimokutrade.com. Today is June 12th, 2012. This is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the currency markets where we cover all the currencies out there. Before we begin, this is our normal disclaimer to state this is for education use only. If you decide to take any trades, you're doing that at your own risk. All the charts you're going to see are basically from Thinkorswim from TD Ameritrade. Okay. And before we begin, here are my contact details here. You can reach us at info@eiicapital.com, or you could contact us in any of these locations here worldwide. Okay. You could also go to our website, ichimokutrade.com. You could access our Twitter feeds, Facebook. You could see free videos on Ichimoku, even free videos on different workshops and other indicators and stuff like that. You could check out all our events, everything there. So let's begin. First thing we're going to do is go look at our heat map. Over here, and let me scroll down to put it in view. Now, if you do not know how our heat map works, you pretty much can go to the education section videos, and you could look at the heat map email videos here, or you could even go to the event section. We've been running pretty much monthly and bi-monthly now. Live webinars on the heat map service, so the recordings are all there for all the events. So you could access any of the things from the event page or the videos under the heat map email there. So I'm not going to go through and explain that every week now. Pretty much if you are new, you could go there. Basically the way it works is green is basically betting on it going up, red is basically means you're betting on it going down, and what you're looking for is on the trading time frame a 2, 4, or 5. Sorry, a 2 or 4, and then on a higher time frame looking for 2, 4, or 5. Okay, so if you look here, if you look at just first we look and then we see the same colors for daily and weekly, and you forget a couple of them here, which is basically the Euro NOK right here and the Euro New Zealand. They're not quite ready. Reason why they're 1 and 3s. So these 3s really need to turn to a 4. If this turns into a 4, this is going to be an opportunity waiting to happen. So pretty much keep a look eye on Euro NOK and Euro New Zealand as future possible trades. Nothing yet, but for the future. If you look, scroll down, you really don't see anything. You could see that everything, majority of them are dull colors. Here you have a 5, which yellow means it's overextended, it's overbought since it's green. And if you scroll down, there's no other opportunities here. You notice a lot of things are green and then red, and so pretty much these are counter trend opportunities now, nothing on the trend side at all. So that's not good. If you're a counter trend trader, this is your market. If you're a trend trader, you need to really be patient now and wait for the opportunities to come. So let's go and look here, and what we're going to do is, remember, on the left hand side is basically the daily time frame, on the right hand side is basically going to be your weekly time frame. Okay, so if you come in here and you look here, let's just go down some of these currency pairs today. If you look at Australian CAD, nothing really going on both the daily and weekly. You could see here the daily was bearish trending here, is now engaged in a major pullback, and that's what you see over here. We're at a very, very critical resistance level right now, so we got to see exactly what's going to happen, which is pretty much right here. But this is a major resistance level, which is 229. If it sits there and holds there and then breaks below this next support level, which is 112, then you do have a possibility of retesting this low. If we retest this low, we have a possibility of starting a trend to the bearish side, especially on the weekly. So keep an eye on this one for future trading purposes, but right now it's not ready, but it does have a potential of being set up, especially if it holds here at 229. Australian Switzy, if you look here, nothing really going on. Prices in the cloud here in the daily, so it's consolidating. Here in the weekly, nothing really going on. Resistance is basically 95.80, and support's going to be basically 93.89 moving forward. Australian yen, if you look here, really nothing going on at all. If you look at this, this is basically consolidating. If you look on a long-term picture here, between this range right here and this range, so this is a big range as things consolidating so it's not starting a trend at all on the weekly at all. But if you look on the daily, this is basically a bearish trend here. It's now engaging in a major pullback, but there's no trend right now for it because it's engaging in a major pullback. Now this consolidation is big here to a point you could trade take the trends on a daily and make some good money. So you just got to be patient and wait. And remember, the closer you are to the support here, if you're going long, the better you are, the lower the risk. The closer you are to this resistance and shorting it, the better you are. So you got to be very careful and trade close to these support resistance values as much as possible instead of trading far away from them. The further you trade, the more risk you're going to take on. Okay. Australian USD, here it's bearish trending here. Over here you could see that we reached a double bottom here. It's really got to sit there and break this level and keep on going in order to start a trend on long term. It does have the momentum, believe it or not, but it probably looks like it's going to consolidate for maybe about 3 or 4 more weeks. If it does, then it'll have a potential of tanking. Resistance levels are basically going to be 28 and about 219 on this particular currency pair. Support level is going to be 97, 94, and 96.64. CAD Switzy, this is like all the other Switzy pairs. This is boring. Nothing really going on here, so we're just going to move on. Plus, if it does, the Switzy pairs just move so slow with very little money. That's not even worth our time involved. US CAD basically is bearish trending here. It's engaged in a medium pullback. It hit a major support level, resistance level, so it bounced off there. It's at a very critical level now where it really needs to start tanking. If it does, then you got a potential of this starting a long-term trend. But it's really got to break the next support level, which is 75, and then below that it's going to be basically 73.50. Resistance levels you're looking at are basically 78.69 and 79.68 moving forward. Switzy yen, really nothing going on here. As you can see, this is a bearish trend here going down. You can see the double bottom here. It really has a chance of still breaking this double bottom, but it's really got to break this support level of 79. Well, first it's got to break a minor support level at 81.81. Next would be the major one, which is basically 79.95. Resistance levels you're looking at for this is 84.75, and basically 76.01. Okay. Euro Australian is just now starting to come out of the cloud. The sentiment, if it closes below the cloud today, the sentiment will be finally bearish. However, it's still got a long ways to set up here on the daily time frame. If you look on the weekly, it basically went up, and it's basically right now it's just kind of a test to see exactly what's going to happen. So we're in a minor consolidation pattern, but really it's got to sit there and make a decision which way it wants to break. If this thing could break 2,500, then it's definitely going to start a trend to the downside. Support levels you're looking at, resistance levels that you're looking at are now 2641 and 2800 moving forward. EuroCAD. This is basically trending on both the daily and weekly, slowly trickling down, as you can see from the weekly, and it's still going. A lot of people don't like it because of the volatility in this thing, but overall, if you look at the weekly picture, this thing is still going down on a nice smooth pattern. Okay, so if you're going to trade it, make sure you have a higher time frame support because it is very volatile right now. Euro Switzy, nothing going on. It's been pegged, so it's just time to move on. Euro Pound. You could see here it's bearish trending here, then it did a pullback. Now it looks like it's trying to resume going down. The momentum on the daily is weak right now to a point. It really has got to break this major support level of 79.53. If it does, it can continue to keep on going down. The only issue with this one I have is that the majority of the movement down has already occurred. So if you're going to enter, you better make sure that you enter with very low risk. Otherwise, if you enter with a high risk, there's not going to be much profit that's left in this thing probably. You never know. If volatility increases, then you can have another leg that has a possibility of being the same length as this, but the chances are getting slimmer and slimmer day by day. The weekly is still very strong. In fact, in a week or two, we'll be able to see exactly where this thing's heading. But if you look at the overall trend for this thing, it is going to its all-time low. Let's see if we can go back more data. And let's see where we're at. Let's mark with the low right now here. And if you keep on going back, you got this consolidation pattern here, and the bottom of that consolidation pattern was right there. So if we do move another leg down, it's going to be another 350 pips down to about 76.93 once we break this pivot low. So that's what we're looking at as far as P&Ls are concerned and reward risk ratios. Euro yen. Just like all the other yen pairs, pretty much have hit a double bottom here, and really it's got to break that next support level of 97.04. First, it's got a minor support level of 98.25. Once it breaks that, the major one will be there in 97.04. Resistance levels you're looking at are basically 101.80 and 103.51 moving forward. Okay, now we get Euro USD. In Euro USD, this is bearish trending still in the daily time frame and the weekly. This thing's still going. Hesitated a little here, but still has a potential of going. It's at a minor resistance level right now. The next level will be 27.86. But if it holds here, which is pretty much right about here, if it holds here, this 26.62 is a major resistance level that this thing's going to have to overcome in order to start reversing to go up. As far as the support levels, let's go back in time. And you look here, next level here for the Euro USD is actually break the 1.2 level and go down to about 1.1940. Everyone is short, so be very careful. Once this thing starts going, it's going to go. If it starts going up a little, it's going to go. It's just a matter of supply and demand for the Euro USD right now, because almost everyone's betting on this thing going down. Pound Australian, really nothing going on here on the daily and weekly. Trend here is engaged a major pullback right now. Support levels are one of the major support levels right now, which is pretty much right around here. So 96.18 is the support level, and the next one's going to be 53.69. That's the major support levels. Resistance are going to be basically 57.48 and 58.46 moving forward. Pound CAD, nothing really going on. It's just consolidating. If you look at this consolidation pattern, it's getting squeezed and squeezed and squeezed. In fact, you could draw even a line here, a trend line, and you could see that this thing is getting squeezed now into a triangle formation. So something sooner or later is going to break on this one. It's just a matter of when. You just got to wait and see and be patient to see which way it breaks. Pound Switzy, really nothing going on. It's basically bullish trending on the daily. It's gone for a major pullback. It looks like it's trying to resume by retesting this pivot high and then possibly going higher. But this thing's slow moving, just like all the other major Switzy pairs. So rather find something that moves that gives you a lot more profits. Pound yen, really doing nothing here. You could see it's just going to sit there. It's consolidating. Major resistance level is going to be basically 125.30. Major support level is going to be 121.56 moving forward. Pound USD. Again, this is another one of these candidates, basically double bottom, a triple bottom. Does have a potential still breaking down on the weekly time frame below this support level here. For some reason, my line's not drawing. There we go. The support level here at 52.60. Once it does that, then it can sit there and continue to start a trend because it's broken the bottom of a part of the consolidation range. Minor support level before that's going to be 54.34, and resistance level is going to be 57.33, and then the next one's going to be around 57.84 moving forward. New Zealand CAD, nothing really going on, just consolidating here on the weekly time frame, and you can see the range is pretty much here to about right there. So that's the range there for this big consolidation pattern for the weekly time frame. Daily time frame, basically support's going to be 78.58. Next one's going to be 78.10, and resistance levels you're basically going to get right around 8,000, and then 8019 is the next level moving forward. New Zealand Switzy, nothing really going on. Another one of these boring Switzy pairs. So we're just going to keep on moving forward. New Zealand Yen, nothing really going on. Just consolidating between this big range right there. So it's just big consolidation pattern here. This is the trend basically going down. It's engaging in a major pullback right now. Support's going to be basically 60.84, and the resistance is basically going to be 62.45, and then 63.54 is the major one moving forward. New Zealand USD, same thing. Double bottom, triple bottom, whatever you want to call this, does have a chance of still breaking down. Resistance level 78.51, and after that one is the major one, which is 79.63. Support level is basically going to be 77.14, and 76.20 is the major one moving forward. US CAD, This being basically bullish trending on the daily time frame, not trending on the weekly, believe it or not. It's just one big consolidation pattern, believe it or not. Right now, that's engaged in, and that's the range right here, which is a 500 pip range. It does have a potential of starting a bullish trend, but it's got to follow through. It's got to break its minor resistance of basically 323 and then 450. Support levels for this thing is going to be basically 184 and then 123 moving forward. US FTSE, nothing really going on. Bullish trending on basically the daily, slowly trickling up, but still that can end any time, but it's slow moving forward. US yen, really nothing going on US yen at all, so it's not even worth talking about that one. And I think that's it. Yep, that's it. So that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. Here are my contact details again, so you could contact us here. If you want to learn more about Ichimoku or any of the signals that we have, you could access ichimokutrade.com. We do have multiple time frame signals.